All right, let's see here. Okay, it says we're live. Good morning, Heather. Good morning, Glow. Y'all
Good
know I
morning.
so y'all gonna have to look at this double chin for a minute while I check to see, are we live? Are we really live?
Is it live or is it Memorex?
Yeah,
Remember
no,
that?
I do. I used to like blow them. They
Right?
do it in the chair.
With the guy on the chair with the thing blowing at him?
Exactly. Okay, let me chat. Okay, I can see our chat here in the Zoom room. All right, look in the studio. All right, welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures in Business Morning Show, exclusive to this group. Okay, the Unlock Your First Six Figures group on Facebook. All right, and so if you want to be a guest on the show and not just watch the show, you have to come into the studio, which is the Zoom room, and we have put that information in the caption if you would like to join us. All right. Now, I'm your host, Shay Cannon, an award-winning fractional chief operating officer to some exclusive 7 and 6-figure CEO clients. But I created this framework to help you, entrepreneurs and small business owners, to stop struggling and spinning your wheels to get to your first 6 figures by showing you how to make money and create time freedom. Now, my freedom, it looks like living and working all over the world. But right now, this week, we're in Georgia. Okay. So this week, what we're talking about, taking it from the blog talk that aired, the quick tip that aired a little while ago. We're talking about negative mindset that affects business this week. Okay. Yesterday, we talked about the fear of failure, right? Now, the fear of failure stops you from doing things that you need to do. Okay, it stops you. You have all kinds of things going on in your head that's telling you don't do it. It's not good enough. People won't like it. People won't pay for it. This is dumb, whatever, right? Fear of failure. You're afraid to put it out there. And what I told you was entrepreneurship in and of itself is trial and error. Okay. Entrepreneurship, when done right, is always about pushing stuff out and getting feedback and making it better. All right. So we talked about fear of failure yesterday. But today we're going to talk about lack of resilience. Okay, lack of resilience. So this is kind of the other side of the coin from fear of failure. You did it, right? Something went wrong, and now you're not resilient enough to keep going, right? Because anything that you have to do that's worthwhile, you have to keep doing it. You have to keep going. Actually, that's how you get to success, right? You can actually fail your way into success. Did you know that? Because resilience is, what is your bounce back like? Okay. What is your bounce back like? What are you doing to make sure that you keep going? Because you have the trial, you have the error, but you got to keep doing it. That's how we get to success. So lack of resilience. So we've already established that things go wrong. Having things go wrong over and over again, hearing no to your offer over and over again, right? All of these things make it very hard, even though you're getting feedback, even though you're getting the lessons and you're going to apply them, they chip away at your resilience. Okay, you're only human. So what you have to do as a solution is you have to build up your resilience. And you do that by finding coping mechanisms. Okay, you develop coping strategies. When something bounces, when you have to bounce back from something, what is your routine? Right? When something goes wrong, what is your routine to bounce back? Okay, we need you to create some coping mechanisms. And basically, it's just, how are you dealing with challenges and setbacks in business, in life? But we're talking about business, okay? I need you to maintain your self-care. There's nothing like trying to bounce back from anything and you're already depleted, okay? Now, we can talk about serving from a full cup later, okay, from your overflow, and how your job is to keep your cup full. You're not supposed to give people from your cup. You're supposed to serve from your overflow. But taking care of yourself is how you better deal with other things, okay? Because you are fortified enough to handle it. Think about your immune system, right? When you're already sick and you go around other sick people, or you put yourself in a circumstance to get sicker, it's very easy to get sick when you're already sick, when your immune system is low, okay? So it's very easy not to have the fortitude to bounce back and have resilience when your cup is not full, okay? So fill your cup. I want you to also celebrate your small wins. Celebrate small wins. They seem unimportant, but they're huge, right? Don't wait to a big win or that you achieve a big goal to start to celebrate yourself. That helps you be in the right energy. That helps to build that fortitude, okay? That keeps you on the right state of mind. So when things happen, you're more able to brush it off, okay? Brush it off. Another thing I want you to do is I want you to recognize and focus on your strengths. Now, there's something that when we were growing up as kids that we were told when we were good at something, we were celebrated, but we weren't good at something. We were told to practice and get better, right? Well, in business, that's not necessarily so. So sometimes things are going wrong because you aren't good at certain things, but as a business owner, you're supposed to hire out for what you're not good at. Get somebody else to do it, as the kids say, okay? Find somebody that is good at it. Find somebody that's their zone of genius. And what you do, focus on your zone of genius. So focus on and recognize what your strengths are, not what they aren't, okay? Double down on what your strengths are. You stay there in that zone of genius, especially if that's what you love, and find somebody else to do the rest of the what's going wrong, because that could help you, okay? Now, with this additional information, we're going to go to Miss Demetra. Demetra, how are you feeling about the negative mindset of lack of resilience in the information that I gave? Do you have information that you want to add, or do you need help with applying some of these solutions to your business? Oh, you're on mute.
Some of the solutions is kind of like the downfall. So, celebrate the small wins. Let's go out to eat. What don't you need to be eating? Overeating. I think a lot of people can relate to that. So come back around to me. Come back around to me.
Not a problem, not a problem. And Glow is just listening this morning. So Heather, that's you. Look, you're on, Heather. So talking about lack of resilience, right? And how, it's amazing how business is kind of like life, right? Because what people don't realize is wherever you go, there you are. So even in your business, the things that show up in your life are going to show up in your business. So lack of resilience. How do you feel about the information? Did you have anything you want to add, or did you have any questions on how to apply the solutions to your business?
Well, I think that you raised a really good point. And I think people too often forget that as a solopreneur, all business is personal and all personal is business, right? So and since we got stuck in our houses for basically for a year and couldn't do anything, I think that there has been a lot more blurring of that line, and people are a lot more understanding and tolerant of it. I know I don't get fussed, right? Anymore. Like it would have annoyed me to no end to be in a meeting and have my granddaughter run in, right? Like 3 years ago, that would have been like, oh my God, what is happening? Now I'm like, hey baby, can you go? Grandma's on a meeting, right? Like it's not a big deal. And if it happens to other people, I don't care. And so I think that has definitely changed how we view business and personal. Anyway, all that to say, I think I do not celebrate the small wins enough to build that resilience. Like I think my resilience is very up and down, which I know is the very polar opposite of what resilience actually is. But
well, I don't know, because at the end of the day, you are human, right? And what we know about humans is we can know things, we can have coping mechanisms and strategies for things, but that doesn't mean we're going to use them, or that we're not going to feel the lack before we have a chance to use them. So what that tells me is you're human. That's it. That's all.
You're right.
Welcome to the human race.
Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I think that resiliency also, we hear a lot of talk about, let me rephrase that. I think people mistake resiliency for grind. And I think resiliency is the ability, it's kind of what you covered yesterday, right? It's the trial and error. So it's not failure, it's learning, right? So you trial, you error, you fix, you go again, you keep doing it. That builds resiliency, right?
Yes.
But resiliency is not the same as grinding it out. Grinding just leads to exhaustion and burnout. Resiliency is something else entirely. And so that is something that I'm working on, because when I'm feeling great, like I was last night and I am this morning, it is really easy to get to do the things. But when you don't have that feeling, what do you tap into to keep doing the things? So
great question, though. That's a great question. So what we have to understand is that energy is transferred, right?
Mm-hmm.
It can't be destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
It's simply transferred.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like you use up energy and transfer it away, you can generate energy and bring it to you, right? So what you do when you're not in that glorified grind, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is you have to generate what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And that could look like, I have what I call a happiness list, right? People have a bucket list, but what we know about bucket lists is people may kick the bucket before they ever make it to anything on that damn list. So I have a happiness list.
I like that better.
That makes me happy. Well, I have the bucket list too, but I don't want to wait to extremes to feel something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so bucket lists tend to be extreme things that you can't get to in the next few years. I'm not waiting a few
like
years.
Bungee jumping off the Grand Canyon or something.
Or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes my life looks like somebody's bucket list. I get that, y'all. But
ma'am,
have a bucket list, right? So I get that I live where people go on vacation and all of that. I do live in a paradise. But to generate energy, I have a happiness list. What are the things that make me happy? Because what we know is when we're happy, we then miraculously have the energy for things.
True.
So on my happiness list, I like music. So on any given day, I'm going to give you a Whitney Houston concert. It could be some.
Was it Aerosmith last week?
It was Aerosmith. Well, really what it was alternative music. So Aerosmith has a few songs on my alternative playlist. It could be comedy. I love comedy. Laughter as medicine, it's a real thing, right?
Absolutely.
Laughter kind of changes all the cells in your body. So
Yes.
I love to watch stand-up comedy, or I love to watch a funny series or a funny movie. Anything that can get you laughing, right? It's going to build up some good energy for you to then use it.
Absolutely.
Regenerating energy. I love good food. I know Demetria brought that up before, right? I love some good food. So I may take myself out to dinner. So those small wins are generating energy, celebrating, right? Talking to a good friend you haven't talked to in a while. And that also can, the laughter thing, because me and my friends, we're silly. So we laugh until we cry. You know what I'm saying? And so it just leaves you with a good feeling. I love a good dance break. Okay. I got a playlist to dance. So if I feel my energy waning, I might have a nice little dance break. I'm one that don't like exercise, y'all, but I love
a good one. Spotify put out their Pride list for Pride Month.
Okay.
Bam.
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, I was all like
all of that. Like, let's go. So you have to figure out what helps you to generate that energy. What helps you to generate the energy that you need to be fortified, to be able to bounce back quicker, faster, better, all of those things. And so energy, generate what you need, right? Sometimes it's not about doing something. Sometimes it's about not doing something. Okay. Sometimes your energy is affected by you doing things that you shouldn't do. So stop answering the phone for those whiny people that drain your energy. Okay. Just saying.
That's a hard one.
Okay. Put boundaries around the people that use up your energy that you need for yourself. So, hey, happiness list. And what do you need to stop doing or stop letting other people do? Because what I'm going to tell you is, and when you don't have boundaries and strong ones, then all the stuff that you should be generating for you, you generate it, but you're giving it away and you don't have enough left for you. So that's another way to look at it.
Agreed.
Yeah.
I like the happiness list. I think that makes it the way that you've listed out those things. Those are daily things. Those aren't things that you have to be like, okay, I'm going to go to Greenland. That's thousands of dollars, right?
Exactly.
You can turn music on any time of the day almost, right? Those are, I like that.
Yeah, and I need y'all to get.
I like that too. I'm gonna have to create a happiness list.
I was thinking about that.
Yeah.
Please do. And I need y'all to get enough rest. Being team no sleep, okay,
Mm.
not helping you with resilience. You have to be team no sleep. Okay. I love a good nap in the middle of the day. I do my best to go to bed on time. When I feel my energy change, let's talk about that. I don't think that people talk about this enough. And I think us entrepreneurs suffer from it a lot. When our energy change, or when we're most analytical versus when we're most creative. Sometimes it changes and it flip-flops. Sometimes it's in the morning. Sometimes it's in the middle of the day. Sometimes it's late at night. Now we're staying up all night, right? So what you have to do is pay attention to yourself. Where is that creativity or those sparks of energy so that you can fortify them, right? So if when I'm having energy at night, and I can tell because I'm spending the whole day, I'm in meetings and I'm listening, but I'm kind of not quite getting it right. I'm listening, but I'm unmotivated to do anything. Or I'm in front of my computer and I've been staring at the screen for 30 minutes. I haven't actually done anything. Then I know my brain is likely to kick in later. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to waste this time. I'm going to come from behind the screen and I'm going to find something else to do. Sometimes I do pen to paper. I know you love that, Heather.
Yes, I do.
Sometimes I like to plan on paper still. So I'll put it out on paper first and then put it into the computer in whatever format I need to do it. And sometimes I go ahead and take that nap, right? And it might be a longer nap because I know the second half of the day into the night, my brain's going to be firing, right? So pay attention to when you're most likely to have the energy during the day and when that energy is flip-flopping and changing, and fortify yourself, right? Because sometimes when you can't focus on the analytical stuff, that means your brain probably wants to do something creative. So that might be the time to create your graphics for the week, right? It might be the time to go ahead and design that sales page. It might be the time to go ahead and write some emails because you're in that creative space. So pay attention to that. And we're business owners. We should have the freedom to flop in and out of these things as we need to. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
One of the things I don't do enough. Well, I used to be the queen of like the 20 or 30-minute nap, right? Like you just do that power nap, get up and like, whoo, super refreshed and ready to like go on with the day.
Yes.
And now I don't know what happened, but I can't really do that anymore. And so my naps are like 2 hours. Like if I fall asleep.
That's not a nap, Heather, that's sleep. Let's be clear, that's not a nap, that's sleep. But so, and it's probably because you're not getting in the routine of a nap, right? Just like some of us are not taking care of ourselves, so we don't have a morning routine, we don't have a night routine. You need a nap routine too. What is signaling your body that it's time to calm down and rest? You can't go and then go lay down. It don't work. You know what I'm saying?
I literally contacted Shay last week and I'm just like, do you take naps? I need a nap.
She does, absolutely. I could have answered that one for you. Yes, ma'am, she does. And I'm going to need to see your fur baby. I'm sorry. I really need to see the baby.
She like,
Huh? Okay, sorry. Dogs are my favorite people, for real. Like I'd rather be around dogs than people almost every day, baby.
But you have a cat.
But he's kind of like a dog.
I don't know.
I treat him like a dog, so now he behaves like one.
Okay, well, okay. I'm not a fan of the gato. The cats do love me a dog though. But yes, like even that, y'all got fur babies. Even taking time to spend time with the fur baby could be on the happiness list, right? Just sitting back instead of moving the baby away from the computer all day. Like, what is the time that you sit there and it's actually just you and your fur baby, you and your real baby, you and your two-legged baby instead of your four-legged baby, right? And so, like I love a good time, man. What is a good time to you? Like some of these things that I'm naming may not be a good time to you, but what is a good time to you? And so put those things on the list so that you can generate. But going back to the sleep, yes, definitely. Especially as we get older, our brains are changing. My brain is in the process of changing right now. So I'm trying to figure out what is the new routine I need to have to enforce and reinforce and give fortitude to my brain, so that I am still operating in excellence, right? And let's talk about that, because when you're not operating in excellence, that's not the time to try to hide stuff. That's the time to speak up and be transparent, right? So I've had conversations with my clients, and told them, hey, I'm trying to figure this thing out. Like I used to could do that. Now it doesn't seem I could do that. Like I used to be the queen of chaos. I could come into any chaos, and all I'm going to do is group stuff up into collections and stand back and look at it and see what's missing. Well, now your girl at 51, I can't step into chaos like that anymore. I have to start it from the beginning. It's almost like I got to turn my back on the chaos and come over there and take things out and put it in the collections now, right? It's like the chaos is too much for me. I'm getting more sensitive to things like that. So yeah, I'm just saying. Glow said a good time to her is dancing and listening to music and having a good laugh and a good time. Yes.
Yeah.
Glow, I mean, that's what your whole podcast is all about. Great conversation and a good time. Conversations with Glow, right? So I love that. Heather talking about we need to have a Zoom dance party. You can do that on your own. You don't need Glow. But yeah, Glow said I can only listen this morning, so that's fine, Glow. We love your comments in the chat. So yes, so that's the thing about sleep, y'all. We got to get sleep. All these things that help our body to run better, because our bodies are designed. You want to talk about perfection? Our bodies are designed to perfection. And so when your body is not running to perfection, it's something that we are doing. And so what are you eating? Because what we know is trash in, trash out, right? Kind of like ChatGPT, trash in, trash out. What are you eating? When you need more energy, are you eating things that slow you down, or are you eating things that are helping you to go? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Well,
there's a reason. I mean, everybody talks about the mind-body spirit connection, right? That's very real. And for business owners, for us, it's more mind-body revenue, right? So we really need to make sure that we're taking care of our mental health, our physical health, because if we don't have those, our business is going to go to crap.
Yeah, I think you left spirit out, but spirit is in there too.
No, I get that, but I'm just, analogy.
No, I mean spirit as in when we're talking about the energy, it's what is the state of your spirit?
Right. That's a good point.
Literally, like, what is the state of your spirit? So on Sundays, a part of my routine is on Sundays, I do spiritual development and I do professional development. Whatever I feel like I'm missing in my business, I go and find that information and I take it in, right? Whatever state my spirit is in, I try to refill it. Now, for me, let me tell y'all, I'm not churchy. I know I'm from the South, but I'm not churchy. I'm not overly religious. So when I say spirit, I mean what makes me feel good, what puts me in a position of a full cup, right? What puts me in a position where I can best serve. To me, that's what spirit is, right? And so it could be anything from Oprah's Super Soul Sunday to this week. You could tell this Sunday because I kept sharing stuff from me feeding my spirit, right?
Yes, you did.
So it's the thing that some of the things that fortify you on such a deep level, it is spiritual. But it could be that, or I love me some Michael Beckworth, his church is Agape. I love me some A.B. Bernard. So I love some church stuff, but I love the ones that teach is what the ones I tend to go to. Teach me how to feel my spirit. Teach me how to do things like that, and I'm gonna love it. Just preaching at me doesn't work for me. It goes against my spirit, really. So you don't have to go so deep into it, or you can. Like, what do you need? Sometimes you do have to go holy roller on it to get that spirit back up. So do whatever you need to do, right? There's nothing wrong with it. For me, I love, I just love things that make me feel good. I love things that put me back in the state that I need to be in. And so I feel like that's spiritual. So in fact, I have this quote that I'm known for saying when I was at a conference on a panel years ago. And basically what I said was, I don't know how people do entrepreneurship without being spiritual. Yeah. Because entrepreneurship is faith activating like nothing else. Right? Ups and downs, baby.
If you don't have definition of jumping without a net.
No, you don't have faith in something, what's getting you back up? Yeah. So you need some faith in something, because you're not going to always have faith in yourself. So what else do you have faith in that's going to get you through the day, get you through the week, get you through the low revenue back to the high revenue? So revenue is a thing. You are correct, Heather. But all of those things. And so how do we fill our cup? Right? Because what we're putting in the cup is going to determine the goodness of the cup and what overflows out of it. So find yourself in a bitchy mood, then you've been putting bitchy shit in your cup. Get it out. Okay. Let's get that out. Let's get some good feeling stuff in there. And get that stuff out. Demetria, I'm just saying, right? So when
Well, but it's true though, because your energy, like you said before, energy circulates, right? Energy is a circulation. So if you are determined to have a shitty day, you're going to have a really shitty day. But if you wake up and you're like, you know what? Today's going to be okay. Then you're going to have an okay day, right? And it could even get better than okay, depending on how you shift your energy and your outlook.
Exactly. All of that can build your resiliency. That's why it's good to have a morning routine. I used to work for a person that was kind of a toxic person. So that's when I learned how important my morning routine is. Because if I got up in time just for that meeting, which used to be at like 8 o'clock in the morning, if I got up in time just for her meetings, then I started my day off with toxicity. What I found was I had to get up before that meeting, establish my own energy, establish my own day, and then go into that meeting. And it was like water off a duck's back.
Okay.
Because I had already established my energy and I had already established my day. And so this is just a little part. This is not my day. But when I started with that jump, I had some bad days, boy. I used to have an attitude, couldn't face scrunched up all day long, way past the energy. Yeah. I love the analogy of water and a ship or a boat, right? Water can be all around a boat, but water outside of a boat is not what makes a boat sink. It's water inside the boat, right? Yeah. And so people having bad energy all around you doesn't necessarily make you have bad energy in you, right? Something about that bad energy you have to let in, and now it's in your boat, and now your boat is going to sink, right? Okay. And so when we're fortified, it's easier for us to keep stuff out that doesn't belong, right? When we find that we're lacking resiliency, that means something is happening to the way we have fortified ourselves. We have left ourselves unfortified, right? And so now stuff is getting in that doesn't need to get in. Yeah. And so that's why I love, in my older age, in my older years, I love spending time by myself. I'm so sensitive to other people's moods and energies right now and don't quite know how to hold my own. I've been thinking about taking Reiki classes so I can learn how to hold my own energy. Used to be not even a thought. Now I'm very sensitive to it. So now I just kind of stay away from people. Now I'm not really around different moods and energies. And now I can focus on what I need to focus on. Now that's an extreme thing. Most people live with family. How do you get away from people you live with, right? Most people have to go out in the world and work jobs and all of that. So they have to learn how to fortify themselves. Like, I can't stay in the house forever, even though I love what's in my house. But, I do have to learn how in this new state of mind, how to fortify myself better. So I can focus on the things that I want to focus on, but I have in me the good stuff so that the things that I bring out are good. So it's hard to be of excellence when you don't have excellence, right? Demetria said, Shay, my Reiki instructor lives in Playa Car. Cool beans, cool beans. My best friend is a Reiki master. So I just have to convince her because I just want level 1. I just want the level where you learn how to do it for yourself. That's it. Glow says she loves being by herself now. I know, right? It's amazing how the evolution of life leads you right back to yourself. Right back to yourself. So you could have spent your whole life running away from yourself, trying to always be with people, wanting to be in crowds, wanting to be with friends, wanting to be with family. And then as you get older, you just want them people to have their certain time, but you get most of the time with yourself. So I get it.
I read something, and I don't know what sign Demetria and Glow are, but for you and I, Libras, we can be very people oriented ourselves, right? But as we get older, most Libras choose to be alone.
Yes. Demetria says she's a Cancer.
Oh, Glow said she Glow, I don't think you realize you messaged me just to me, but Glow's a Virgo. So
Virgo, come on, perfectionist with the Virgo.
Yeah, she said that yesterday.
Look, Demetria with the hard shell and the gooey insides.
Yeah. But I do find that I do enjoy being around people. I really enjoy being around people, but I also really need my time alone to recharge.
Exactly. And that's what it is. Again, it's about generating that energy because you're transferring energy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you and I are about to go to this big conference. We're about to be around thousands of people, right?
Mm-hmm.
In our mastermind alone is 300 and something people. And
Mm-hmm.
so we're about to really like exchange energies for the next 3 to 4 days, right?
Yep.
So that's why I tend to go on vacation after. So this week is this conference, next week is my vacation, right? Because baby, I need to recover. I need to recover from it. And recovery takes a little more time these days. And so, yeah, most definitely. We got to do what we got to do to stay resilient. And that means taking care of ourselves in all kinds of different ways. And so I'm looking forward to the conference. I'm looking forward to seeing people, but I'm also looking forward to the vacation that comes after that. So I have learned how to situate my time away to recharge and be intentional about placing it after I have to be with a whole bunch of people. In my day, right? So my day is meeting heavy in the mornings, and then in the afternoons, that's why there's a nap time in there. And then there's time for me to focus on, without talking to people, getting work done. There's production time in the afternoons. That's why I have my no talk Friday. Right? I don't talk to clients on Friday. I don't have meetings with clients on Friday. Fridays is about production, getting things done without other people's energies, without their emotions, without their problems. All that stuff can weigh you down. So I have a plan for that because my entire job is taking on people's energy. My entire job as a chief operating officer is taking on people's problems. And so I have to have time to recover. What is this? Glow said, if I get this severance package, I'll be able to set a nap. I love my sleep. That package is yours, Glow. It is. So I love that. Yes, I love that you have a plan for it, Glow. Go ahead and plan what your new life is going to look like with them naps.
Absolutely.
We got the naps. What's happening around those naps? Go ahead and plan it out. So I love it. Before we get out of here, does anybody have any question about business? We've kind of talked about resilience, so maybe you have a question about that. I'm not sure, but if you do, let me know. Come off the mic. Do you have any questions about your business, how to apply all of this mindset stuff to your business? Any questions at all?
I don't have any questions. I just want to say that when I walk with my friends in the morning, and I have this room followed by the writing, that is the perfect start to my day. And so it's like how you said about your meeting, if you got up and did stuff for yourself, if I take the first 4 or 5 hours of the day for me, I feel like I am more grounded, I am centered, and I can focus.
Yes.
Because my cup has been filled in every way before I get to the work. So I don't like the fact that you're not going to be live the next 2 days, but I understand.
Yeah, I mean, you're not.
I get it. I get it. Girl. You know, I get it.
You're gonna watch it anyway.
I'm going to.
What are you talking about? You're gonna be like we start lining up at 8 o'clock. What are you talking about? But yes, for me, it's really just all about how do you keep your cup full and how do you serve from your overflow. For me, it really is about what are the routines, and routines change, and that's okay. Like when you find that your current routine isn't working for you, you just get back in there and figure out what's the new routine, which is where I am. Yeah. I'm right back to, I have to get up a little earlier, right? I might not do 5 o'clock. Oh, Jesus. Y'all remember when I was doing 5 a.m.? I got
up at 4:50 this morning.
Good Lord. I might have to go up to 5. I'm not sure. I'm hoping I can swing it with a 6. But we'll see. Because I have to get more movement in my day. And so I don't have a place for the yoga right now that makes sense. And so it might have to be early morning, which, disturbs my entire soul. But again, I think when people heard you say, like, if the first 4 or 5 hours is yours, your day is good. People are probably saying, well, that's half the day. Well, yeah, it's half the day if you get up late, sleepyheads. If you get up early, you know what I'm saying? Then it's like the military. She's done more before 8 a.m. than you will do all day. So these are the adjustments, right? But with getting up early means you got to definitely take your butt to bed on time. I've been over the weekend, I was studying circadian rhythm. So I was trying to get back in line with, okay, what are my eating windows, right? What are my sleeping windows? All of these things. And that's
Where
when
did you find that information? I'm sorry to interrupt. Where did you find it?
I search for it.
You just searched for it. Okay.
I search for it. And so I have a subscription to a network called Gaia, Gaia.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so they have some stuff on there. I was searching for circadian. And so circadian rhythm, there's a bunch of rhythm in there. Like there are different things that have a rhythm. So I Googled specifically the best sleep for circadian rhythm, the best eating for circadian. I was looking for specific things as I go to reset my routine, right? Because I'm very blessed to be 51 and not on any medication, right? And when you feel yourself being a little off, that's the time to start paying attention and being intentional. You don't wait until you have these emergencies to then now you're paying attention. The best thing is when you feel things changing to then start to be intentional about them. So my energy is changing, my brain is changing, all of these things are changing. And so I'm like, okay, well, how do I fortify myself to get the most out of this body, out of this mind? And so that's what I was researching, a part of what I was researching this weekend when I came up out of my spiritual development. So that is a part of the spiritual development, but I was really looking at motivation and stuff. And then I went into, okay, my sleep is off. Like, what is the best time to actually go to sleep? What is the best windows to actually eat? I actually watched a whole documentary that said even if you just watch the window of eating that you did, your health would be better. Not even what you ate, just the windows of eating. And it talked about how people were doing these 6 meals a day and how you're keeping your body in a digestive state, even if you're eating small portions.
Because you're burning calories all the time.
Well, it's not about the calories, is what they're talking about. It's the literal way that you're working your body as far as eating all day. Your body is always in an state of digestion. And then we stay up late and we snack and we eat. So at night, it's like we're not even supposed to have light. We're not supposed to have food. The body is supposed to be resting. But when you have the light, that's signaling to your body to stay up, right? When you're still eating, your body's still working. And so they talked about how you should have like 3 to 4 hours between meals. The perfect window is like 7 to 7. You know what I'm saying? I even looked at fasting because how I naturally eat is what they call intermittent fasting. Like I don't eat when I don't break fast early. Like, as you know, I tend to order food around 9, and then around 9:30, 10 is when I actually break fast or have breakfast. I like to eat heavier earlier in the day, so I might eat the heaviest breakfast and then a little heavier lunch and then a light dinner, take my butt to bed on time. And what I have found is my body works better. And so just trying to find that, that nice, happy medium for where my body and mind is now is all. So we all have to do it, no matter what the age, no matter what's going on. You have to find what's working for you now, and just know that when you find what works, at any time that it doesn't work anymore, which is a human experience, figure out what will work. It's not everything is over. No, it's find out what works now. So it goes right back to resilience.
Absolutely.
Well, all right, ladies, this has been a great. This is why this is a morning show, because we have good discussions, y'all. We have. I don't see anybody on the Facebook commenting. So this has been a great discussion. Tomorrow, don't forget, tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday, it will not be a discussion. The studio will be closed because the morning show will be pre-recorded, but the comments will be open, and I will be looking at those comments all day long. So feel free to take all the conversation to the comments. And I'm going to try to remember to give you guys some prompts and some questions so that you can answer them in the comments and we can actually have a discussion. Awesome. So you guys have a great day. You won't see me live again until
Monday. No, not Monday, because you're not doing it next week because you're on vacation.
I am on vacation. And so, yes, we are out next week. So we are not live the next 2 days, but next week we are out on vacation. I might send you a special message during the vacation, but yeah, I have decided that I'm not pre-recording for vacations because y'all know how you end up needing a vacation before your vacation, and then you need a vacation from your vacation. I have found when I try to double up on stuff before I go to vacation, that's just tiring. And so it's more to recuperate from during the vacation. So when I am on 5th week vacation, the show will just also be on vacation. So, but we have 2 days left this week, and I'm going to pre-record those today, as Heather and I were laughing about earlier. Y'all, I might get lazy and record both of them in this same shirt. So if you see the same shirt, maybe it's not
Your Frida Kahlo shirt.
Maybe it's not the recording you already saw. It might be the next one. I don't know. I'm gonna try not to be lazy and go ahead and change shirts just for y'all so that you know it's a new broadcast. But if it doesn't happen, if you see the same shirt and these same glasses, it might be new information. Check it out. Okay, and so you can tell by the well, no, you can't tell in here because I don't put the parts on this one. I put the parts on the blog talk, don't I? Part 1, 2. I don't think I put it on here. But yeah, it's gonna be a great week. I want you to have a great day. Have a great week.
All of you.
I will
Have
get
a
your
wonderful day and a great weekend. I'll see you in 2 weeks.
I'll get your value for the rest of the week recorded and set. Again, it's gonna say live. It won't be me live.
We got you.
We'll be closed.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great week.
All right. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
The room is closing in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Have a great day, everybody.